Oh, I've been waiting to say it. I've been waiting and waiting. But finally, it's official. Celtic Football Club are champions of Scotland, baby. Oh, this smile. It's not going to leave the face. It's not going to go anywhere for the entirety of this video. For the entirety of this week. And probably for a long time afterwards, because I just can't believe it. Celtic are actually champions of Scotland once again. After being told that Celtic had no chance, after being told that B teams could beat us to first place, after being told that our manager wasn't qualified to manage in this league, after being told that our signings were garbage, after just knowing that the odds were against us, and the critics were against us, and the media was against us, we took this gamble on a man called Ange Postecoglou that every Celtic fan has welcomed into their heart, welcomed into the club, and have wanted to see succeed more than any manager that I can think of in recent memory. And he's done exactly that. In his first season, a rebuild season, he has guided Celtic to the league title, reclaiming what is rightfully ours, continuing on their domination of Scottish football. Let me tell you, 10 league titles in 11 years, it's tough at the top. 10 out of 11, that's a pretty good record, if you ask me. Throw in a wee cup on the side as well for him to drink his wine out of this evening. I would say we've had a pretty successful season, ladies and gentlemen, and I, for one, am absolutely fucking ecstatic. You're going to have to pardon my French. You're going to have to pardon it for the rest of the week because I am just over the moon. I don't think any amount of swear words is going to express how excited, how happy, how jubilant I am in victory here. It's been a long couple of years as a Celtic fan. You know, last season, things didn't go to plan. Things fell apart. We lost the league title by about 25 points. We looked at this season as potential nightmare fuel. We didn't know what to expect. We were left in the unknown. Neil Lennon dragged us through the season of hell. The board dragged us through the season of hell, and they left us in a position that looked like it could take years to recover from. And we were left in a position where we were right to say that we were sceptical about winning a league title this season. You know, it was never going to be easy, but there was some people who took great pride in sticking the knife into Celtic. There was some people in the media and some of the opposition supporters who took great pride in telling us that we had absolutely no chance of winning a league title this season. And that just there as the full-time whistle goes against Dundee United. And what was a poor game of football, we'll come on to that. But as the full-time whistle goes and the commentator tells us that Celtic are champions of Scotland, it's a right big middle finger to every single person that told Ange Postecoglou and told Celtic fans and told their team that they couldn't win a league title. There has been one team in Scotland who's been on top this year, and it's us. A cup, a league title, and more success to follow on top of what is a very successful season. In a rebuild season, the future is bright, the future is green and white. Celtic are back, baby. I am over the moon. You'd think I'm steaming. I honestly cannot express how happy I am. It's great just to share moments like that again with my father, and to share moments like that with my friends all season, and you guys as well, being back in this situation. All I knew was success on this channel for fucking 4 out of 5 years I've done it. You know what I mean? I watched us win a quadruple treble. It was a right kick in the stones coming on last season and talking about losing a league title. So it's good to be back to normality. This is where the Rangers fans get to see the sort of stuck up side of me again. But why not? What is this humble and victory stuff? Humble. Who needs humble? We deserve to be fucking shouting about that, ladies and gents. And don't let anybody tell you can't. So fireworks were going off up and down the street. I'm sure there'll be people out in the town celebrating tonight. I'm sure a lot of you back home will be having a drink. I hope yous are. Drink it in. Enjoy every last moment of it. As I said at the start of this video, this wasn't meant to be. We were told this surely couldn't happen. And here we are. Here we sit here on the 11th of May 2022, almost a year on from the appointment of Ange Postecoglou, sitting in that position where we just, never should have been. So drink it in. Enjoy every last bit of it and don't take anything. Domestically, we have been on top this season. That record that they're talking about down there is absolutely stupendous. From that game against Livingston, people had us wrote down for struggling. There was some tweets that had us struggling for top 4 in this league. When we lost to Livingston at Tony Macaroni. That was the last game we lost in the league competition. From that day, Ange Postecoglou said we'd need a near perfect season to have any hope of winning this title. And I don't know what he's been telling them. I don't know what he's been feeding them. I don't know how he's inspired that group of lads to the extent he has, but I'll tell you one thing, we've got a very special man at the helm of this football club, because he's inspired that team to have that near perfect season. Even those slip-ups, the wee games against St Mirren, where we dropped points. Even the wee slip-ups, down the road tonight, for example, where we dropped points. It doesn't matter. He inspired a group of players to do something that was totally out of the question for most people. Back in that game against Livingston, when we lost at the Tony Macaroni, who would have thought it? I'll tell you who would have thought it. Ange Postecoglou, and he didn't just think it, he fucking lived it, and he's brought us a league title home tonight. I don't even know where else to go with this. It's going to be a long week of talking about winning the league title. I think there's going to be so much that we can say in depth. There's so much we can look back on. There's moments in the season that we can pinpoint different sort of feelings as to when or where we won this league title, where we thought we could have lost this league title. There's so much room for discussion in this one season. This one season feels like 10 seasons crammed into one. There's been that many ups and downs. There's been that many storylines involved. It's just so hard to sit here in the moment just after winning the league title to dissect all of it, because it's just been a roller coaster of emotions. You seen Ange Postecoglou after that game tonight speaking to the Sky Sports cameras. If you were watching from home, by the way, I hope everybody that was up there at Tannadice is loving every last moment of it. What an atmosphere he's made up there. What a fucking game. And get down the road safe, but have a drink on those buses. But you heard Ange Postecoglou, if you were watching from home tonight, on those Sky Sports interviews. And the big man nearly had me in tears. The emotion, the effort, just everything that he's put into this football club to understand what we are and what we mean and how it's important to win. No man gets it more than him at this moment in time. And that's a guy who's came over here from the other side of the world, and he's dropped in the most horrid of circumstances where some weren't able to face up to the task, and he's came over here with nobody. He's came over with nothing but his family. Didn't bring any coaches, didn't bring any backroom staff, didn't bring any director of football. He brought nothing but himself to take on the biggest challenge that a team in Scotland has seen in a long, long time. This is a bigger task than getting to the fucking Premiership from League 2, I tell you that. But this man came over from halfway across the world, and you see the emotion and you hear the emotion in him in that interview, and it almost brings a tear to your eye, because everything he's worked towards this season is just poured out in that one moment. A league title that he probably never expected to win. Never mind the media expecting him to win it. You see that outpouring of emotion in him and in his voice, and it almost gets you. And he deserves to live and enjoy every single moment of it. What a manager. We have been blessed to have a manager like Ange Postecoglou at the helm of all of this season, and I couldn't be more happy to watch a guy like him bring home the most unexpected success in our club's history, I would say. This isn't a free things we've learned. This isn't a match review video. Let's be fucking real. This is the outpouring of emotion of a Celtic fan who was proved wrong himself. And the outpouring of emotion of a Celtic man who just is so happy at this moment in time. Honestly, I feel emotional. I feel top of the world, as the song goes by Karen Carpenter. I am feeling on top of the world. Because this is just surreal. All those negative moments, all of those things we had to feel last season, and European failure and league failure and cup failure and Lennon getting us embarrassing losses, breaking all of our records, having the worst season since God knows when, all of that doesn't even matter now. It feels like it was just a fever dream that we don't need to worry about it. And Ange Postecoglou has ushered in a new era at this football club that we've all just got started with. That's the fucking best part. We're only getting started. with this. This is the beginning. God knows how it's going to end, and it could end in any way possible. I'm going to thrive and enjoy in every single fucking moment we get like this tonight, but I can't help but feel like our future is going to be some of the most successful and some of the best times as a Celtic fan that we've ever felt. Because there's a personality and a character behind this Celtic team that I've seen in no other. I've been lucky to grow up with Martin O'Neill, Gordon Strachan, Brendan Rodgers, Neil Lennon in his successful days, Ronnie Dyer. I've been lucky to grow up with so many successful Celtic sides, but this one has an attachment, this one has an emotion behind it like none of them ever had. And when that final whistle went tonight, it just hits you all at once. It's a fantastic feeling. And wow, we're fucking deserving of this. That's one thing I'll say. With so many people who have already tried to and will continue to try and claim that this is the worst side to ever win a Scottish Premiership, that it's a Celtic side who run on luck, who's a Celtic side who took advantage of this £40 million and rebuilds, all these different excuses. Simply put, we fucking deserve it where we are tonight. What we done tonight is a months of hard work, success, determination, grit that was fed off by people who doubted the fucking team. So no one can tell us that we don't deserve this evening. We are the champions of Scotland, and don't fucking forget it, because we're going to hear that so many more times with Ange Postecoglou as manager of this club. I'll tell you that for nothing. Wow, in terms of the game itself, listen, we might talk about it more in depth tomorrow. It wasn't the greatest game of football in the world, let's be real. I would have much rather winning tonight to end off this season. I know we've got a game at the weekend, but I'd have preferred to have kept that gap the same at the top of the table. But it doesn't matter, does it really? Let's just be honest. The euphoria of winning the title is basically all we need. I am just stoked on that. I don't need to think about winning that game tonight. If we lost it, it would have been a completely different feeling, and we could have right at the end of that game. But you see how much these players try and how much this means to these players. We can talk about all of that in a podcast. We can break down the performance in a podcast. Tonight, it's about enjoying the moment. That's what it's about. I don't even want to talk negatively about anything. Enjoy that league title. Moments like this, they come and go. Go out, have a drink, enjoy yourselves. I'm certainly going to go and enjoy myself by editing a video. Listen, we'll be back with the Celtic the Thunder podcast tomorrow, where you'll hear exactly this again. This speech, this motivation that I'm feeling right now. You'll hear it all again, but you'll hear it with two people by my side, and we'll dive into the game itself and talk about maybe some of the wee negatives that were in amongst it. But ultimately, there's nothing to be fucking negative about when you're champions. So yeah, like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.